At nagpapatuloy po ang inyong PDB Special Forum Bangsamoro Basic Law. Kati, bago tayo kanina na ipaliwanag kanina ni Attorney Basman yung pagdating sa taxations o taxing powers sa Bangsamoro. Attorney, doon naman sa wealth sharing po, ano po ang magiging division nito with the Bangsamoro?
For natural wealth o yung mga natural resources na makikita sa Bangsamoro, depending on the kind of natural resource, yung share ng Bangsamoro with the central government. So, the government revenue, meaning what the central government receives from the exploration, development, and utilization activities of natural resources there, will be shared with the Bangsamoro. For non-metallic minerals, 100% goes to the Bangsamoro government. For metallic minerals, it's 75% going to the Bangsamoro government. And for fossil fuels and uranium, yung mga energy resources nga na kung tawagin ay 50-50. So this share of the Bangsamoro, they will further share with the LGUs constituting them.
Sultan Bano, ano po ang masasabi niyo dito? Sa tingin niyo po ba ito ay makakatulong ng malaki sa pag-uumpisang paunlarin ang rehiyon ng Bangsamoro?
Well, sa totoo po, ito ay napakagandang adhikay ng ating gobyerno at ang MILF. Kasi po, everybody is represented. Yes, so wala po sa atin na tayo ay umaayaw dahil ito po ay pinag-uusapan ng matagal na panahon so that we can arrive into a conclusion na wala pong agrabyado sa ating mga stakeholders sa Mindanao, yung mga kapatid nating Kristiyano at ang mga indigenous people. Kaya po, we are obliged to support this initiative done by our Excellency President Aquino. So, tayo po ay vigilant while the basic law is submitted already in the Congress, and then pag ito'y pumasa po sa Kongreso, sana po ang ating mga lawmakers, the House of Representatives and in the House of Senate, ay maging liberal po sila. Kasi kung hindi po sila maging liberal, which is itong problema ay born out of war, ay babalik naman tayo sa basic. So sana po, alam natin yung ating mga kongresista at ang ating mga senador na talagang magaling sila. So, they will fast track the basic law para po magkaroon tayo ng tunay na kapayapaan na inaasam ng ating mga kababayan sa Mindanao.
Professor Ed, ano po masasabi nyo naman? Kasi nasa kamay na nga po ng Kongreso itong Bangsamoro Basic Law. Do you think suportado ito? I mean, they're saying that they're trying to meet the December deadline.
You see, ang aking posisyon dito ganito. Members of Congress are supposed to represent their constituents, the people. This is not a moral problem. This is a national challenge. And that's why I'm very happy that we have young people here, because I think it is our responsibility na lahat tayo sumuporta sa Bangsamoro Basic Law. Do you want me to tell you a story? You know, I now work sa campus ng FEU Diliman, you know, and that's where the athletes of FEU stay. Their captain is from Midsayap, North Cotabato. His name is Mac Bello. And one of their best forwards is a young man by the name of Mike Tolomia, who is from Zamboanga. So in other words, they're from Mindanao. So I talked to them and I said, can you play for peace in Mindanao? And so we came out with this. Would you like to see it? Hindi ba sila Tamaraws? Tamaraws play for peace in Mindanao. So I wrote Father Jet Villarin a letter. I said, Father, because ang madami tayo, di ba? Sabi ni Chot Reyes, who was my former student, sabi, you know, we are a basketball-loving country. So sabi ko, can all the teams in the Final Four of the UAAP, and many of us watch that throughout the country, support the Bangsamoro in Mindanao, you know, the peace in Mindanao. So sa Final Four, I think this will be Ateneo, LaSalle, FEU, and I don't know who has won the UE or NU, di ba? Anyway,
wala UP, no?
no, there's no way to go but up for UP, di ba? Up. Anyway, the important thing, they're playing at 4. The important thing is that all all of us support it. Because members of Congress, as you said, will follow the will of their constituents. You have to write your people from Congress, and not only those from Mindanao, from all over the country, because if Mindanao is strong, then the whole country is strong. Oh. And so that's my appeal. That's why I feel I'm very privileged. My brothers and sisters from Mindanao are in this panel, and I just want to tell you, I salute you, I admire you, and I support you. And I really am very grateful to be part of this panel.
Okay. Kaya isa pa sa inaasahan ng mga taga Mindanao ay yung pagkakaroon ng mas magandang employment status. Tanungin ko lang si Dr. Safrula. Doc, sa pagbuo po ng isang institutional bodies po, like COMELEC, Civil Service Commission, sa Bangsamoro, magkakaroon po ba ng mga panibagong rehiring po para po sa ating pong mga Bangsamoro region entity or people?
Okay. Yung mga, in the Bangsamoro government, there are going to be constitutional bodies also that will be created, like the Civil Service Commission, the COMELEC, the Commission on Audit. But it does not mean that it is independent from the national constitutional bodies. So this will be an opportunity for people in the Bangsamoro to gain employment based on merit and fitness in the Bangsamoro. Of course, there might be, definitely there will be a need to hire more people that will man the bureaucracy in the Bangsamoro government. So, tulad po ng, for example, sa PNP, hindi po yan, yung PNP, yung Bangsamoro Police Force that will be created in the ERMM is not something that is independent from the Philippine National Police. So, hindi po tama yung sinasabi ng iba na, this is already one stepping stone for the Bangsamoro to declare independence. Hindi po ganun.
So, ibig sabihin, sir, nakalinya pa rin sa
Yes,
Philippine National, yung bubuing Bangsamoro Police.
It is still aligned with the central government because, after all, it is not an independent state.
Ayan, nabanggit na nga ni Doctor yung tungkol dun sa peace and order kasi alam po natin na magkakaroon ng sariling police force but it will still be under the Philippine National Police. Gusto ko lang din ipunto yung tungkol sa decommissioning ng mga armas ng ating mga kababayan sa MILF. Ito po ay nakasaad sa normalization annex ng Comprehensive Agreement on the Bangsamoro. Attorney, why was it not included in the BBL?
A lot of the aspects of the comprehensive agreement not be legislated on. So, yung mga kailangang ilagay sa basic law, yun yung mga patungkol dun sa pagtayo ng isang Bangsamoro as a political entity. At hindi dyan kasama ang decommissioning dahil as early as before the passage of the BBL, maaari nang magsimula yung gradual and phased na decommissioning. So, hindi na kailangang hintayin yung enactment of the law, the conduct of the plebiscite para magsimula yung decommissioning. Kasi that's an executive commitment, there's an executive function that can be started even without the law.
Ano po mangyayari dun sa mga mujahideen, dun po sa mga fighters, after their firearms are decommissioned? Do we have programs for them? Kasi all their lives, yun po yung alam nilang gawin. Ano po ang, what can they look forward to with the Bangsamoro entity?
Alam naman po natin na ang tendency to go back to violence ay mananatili hanggat hindi productive ang komunidad natin, hanggat hindi nagkakaroon ng enough na financial support ang ating community so that they can support their family. So ang nakalagay po sa ating annex normalization, again, one of the things that did not be legislated on is empowerment through social economic development programs for these MILF communities. At hindi lang sila, pati yung mga poor communities in the Bangsamoro and those who were internally displaced during this decades-long conflict. So lahat yan inisipan na dapat magkaroon ng socio-economic development at hindi siya individual level para mas mabilis yung development, para mas stable, community level, community-based yung development.
Alright, may mga karagdagang pangkatanungan yung ating mga bisita. Dako muna tayo kay Princess Habiba Salim. Princess?
Yes, Kirby. Well, Attorney Abbas, mayroon lang akong nais linawin din dito. Kasi yung ating mga kababayan, of course, yung iba hindi natin maiwasan na medyo nag-iisip pa sila ng baka daw, what if, no? Na hindi ito possible na mapirmahan at the end of this 2015 or 2016 ay hindi pa maging batas, no? Buong batas itong Bangsamoro Basic Law. Ano po ang ating second option dito kung meron po tayong mga nailatag na mga ganitong plano?
Alam niyo po, ang ating gobyerno ay very committed dito sa peace process na ito at sa ating roadmap kung saan ang political agreement ay i-implement through the Basic Law. And we are very hopeful and encouraged by the statements of our legislators. Sabi nga sa House, meron silang commitment at meron silang target na December. Si Senator Drilon nagsabi rin na sige, uunahin lang namin itong GAA, pero right after its passage, we will tackle the Bangsamoro Basic Law. And as early as this month, kahit meron pa silang mga committee hearings on the budget, sabi nila mag-start na rin yung committee hearings with the Bangsamoro, and those are already scheduled. So we are very hopeful na ito ay pipirmahan kung hindi man sa end of this year ay early next year. So we don't have a plan B on that na paano kapag hindi na pa sa yung Basic Law, because we are encouraged by the statements of our legislators that this will really pass.
Inshallah. At syempre po, may karagdagan din pong katanungan si Christian Kitain. Christian?
Ayun. Good evening po. Ang tanong ko po ay para kay Attorney Bansan. Itatanong ko lang po, naibigay po kanina yung structure ng Basic Law at yung structure po ng ARMM. Ano naman po yung difference nung Basic Law sa structure po ng LGU? Kasi po, di ba po, ang namamayani po sa atin ngayon is the LGU. Ano po yung pinagkakaiba niya? And paano po yung magiging judicial system na gagawin doon sa Basic Law po ng Bangsamoro?
Yung Basic Law, ang tinatakal niya ay yung structure of government at the regional level. So yung structure ng Bangsamoro government. So upon its passage, the structure of local governments, even within the Bangsamoro, will remain the same.
So, ibig po sabihin, meron pa rin mga mayor, meron pa rin po mga...
Yes, definitely. Ang Bangsamoro government lang yung napalitan ng struktura, meaning wala ng regional governor, wala na si regional vice governor, wala na sila regional legislative assembly persons. Pero sa mga munisipyo, sa mga syudad, sa mga probinsya, ganun pa rin. Nandiyan pa rin sila governor, nandiyan pa rin sila mayor, nandiyan pa rin yung mga miyembro ng sanggunian. Although the Bangsamoro can enact its own local government code, which will not deprive local government units of their earlier and existing rights and privileges, except when it's necessitated by good governance. Tapos yun naman sa usapin ng judiciary, ganun din yung civil courts natin, RTC, MTC, will remain in the Bangsamoro. That won't be removed in the Bangsamoro. Ang sinasabi lang natin, we need to have the judiciary there reflect the diversity of the people in the Bangsamoro. So, ibig sabihin, hindi lang yung civil courts natin yung nandun. We strengthen the Sharia courts, which will apply only to Muslims, and we capacitate the indigenous peoples and indigenous communities to use their indigenous and customary laws for their own disputes.
Alam mo, marami ang umaasa na ito na talaga ang Bangsamoro na ang susi sa tunay na kapayapaan at pag-unlad sa Mindanao.
Tama, Kati. Hindi lamang yan kasi dahil ang buong mundo, ang Canada, ito lang, kailan lang ang European Union ay natuwa sa pagpasa o sa pagsusumite ni Pangulong Aquino ng Bangsamoro Basic Law sa Kongreso. So, umaasa tayo na hindi lamang ito yung umpisa, bagkus ito na yung magiging daan para mas gumanda pa yung ekonomiya ng Bangsamoro.
Alam mo, marami pa tayong gusto sanang malaman, pero wala na po tayong oras, kaya hinga na po natin ng kanilang mga huling mensahe ang ating mga panauhin. Umpisahan po natin kay Yasmira Moner mula sa Young Moro Professionals Network.
Ayan po, no? In behalf of the Young Moro Professionals Network, naway po suportahan natin, no, itong pagpasa ng Bangsamoro Basic Law at magsilbi sana itong panibagong simula. Kasi hindi naman ito something na bago, no? Ito ay isang proseso na ako bilang taga Mindanao, ang kapayapaan kasi isang paglalakbay at isipin po natin na ang prosesong ito ay hindi lamang makikinabang isang sektor o ang kami lamang na mga Muslim, pero ito po ay para sa lahat, no? Ito po ay para sa buong bansa, at ang historic injustice naman, it could not be resolved overnight. At ang Bangsamoro Basic Law, aminin natin, ito ay hindi isang kumbaga ito na yung panasya, o ito na yung kumbaga solusyon sa lahat. It should be complemented further by social, cultural education. That's why we are here, no? Sa hanay namin ng mga kabataan na nakikipagdialogo sa aming mga kapwa kabataan, Musliman o hindi, dahil sa alam natin na ang adikhain para sa kapayapaan ay kung may pag-iiwanan din at may naagrabyado ay hindi rin magtatagumpay. So, sabi nga nila that, and we believe that the way to peace is peace. So let us resolve our differences dahil para sa atin walang hindi na pag-uusapan. Maraming salamat po.
Alright, next, huling mensahe naman galing naman kay Don Macahilo na Masters in Women and Development sa UP Diliman. Don.
Gaya nga po ng isang feminista, sabi niya, ang pagiging babae ay isang araw-araw na pakikibaka. Katulad din ata yun ng usapin sa peace process, no? Sa pangkapayapaan. Pero ganun pa man, kami sa hanin ng mga kababaihan at iba pang sektor, kami ay sumusuporta sa pagpasa ng Bangsamoro Basic Law. Yun na po. Salamat.
Okay, huling mensahe rin po mula kay Dr. Safrula Dipatuan, ang chairman ng Bangsamoro Development Agency.
I will just re-echo what the chairman of the Moro Islamic Liberation Front said in one of the occasion that we had in Hiroshima, Japan, when he said that the struggle of the Moro Islamic Liberation Front, that is now translated into the BBL, is not only for the MILF. It is also for other groups in Mindanao, in as much as it is for the indigenous peoples and the Christian settlers. So ang sabi pa niya, we have suffered too much oppression and we will do our best not to oppress anybody. Thank you very much.
Okay, huling mensahe naman po sa dito naman sa aking kanan, si Professor Ed Garcia, isa pong human rights and peace advocate at isa rin pong former commissioner po ng 1987 Constitution.
Gusto ko lang pong sabihin ito. Yung Bangsamoro Basic Law is an imperfect document. Just as politics is the art of imperfect creation. And so therefore, our task requires a marathon mentality. Mahaba itong paglalakbay na ito. Naniniwala ako na kung sama-sama tayo, ang lahat ng Pilipino, magbuhat sa Batanes hanggang sa Tawi-Tawi, kung magkakaisa tayo, talagang uunlad ang bayan. Pero kailangan magsakripisyo tayo. Kailangan manindigan tayo. At uunlad ang ating bayan.
Okay, maraming salamat po, Professor Garcia. Huling mensahe rin po mula kay Dean Julkipli Wadi ng UP Institute of Islamic Studies.
Sa akin, Cathy, ang pagtingin ko rito, namuhunan kasi ang MILF. Gusto niyang iwaksi na o iwanan niya yung kanyang revolutionary past at pumasok sa isang parliamentary struggle at i-mainstream uli yung kanyang pakikibaka. Siguro dapat i-complement natin ito ng equal effort on the part of the national government that dapat let's help the transformations of the MILF because the investment is so much such that daming namatay, ang daming mga nagsakripisyo dito, but yet they re-enter the mainstream politics. So let's help them succeed. Kasi kung they will not succeed, what will be left will be much difficult kasi the trend now, especially in the Middle East, yung rise ng new groups like the ISIS and so on and so forth. And it's difficult to talk with this kind of group. So now that the MILF has opened this opportunity for a new politics, then I think we all have to help them succeed because their failure would mean the failure of the country.
Alright, maraming salamat po sa inyo, sir. Next naman, huling mensahe, si Sultan Muhammad Bano, isa pong sultan galing sa Semporna of Masiu, Lanao del Sur.
Kung pagsama-samayin natin itong mga advokasya natin, tayo po ay talagang nangangarap na magkaroon ng tunay, genuine na kapayapaan. Kaya po patuloy ang ating pananawagan. As a sultan, we have our continuous endeavor na ito'y mabigyan at matudlukan ng ating pamahalaan upang sa ganon, if not to eradicate, mawala yung imbroglio and impasse na hindi lang ang mga taga Mindanao, kundi buong sambayan ng Pilipino ay suffering because of these consequences. Kaya po, let us set aside our personal interest and let us give way to the BBL so that the MILF makapagpatuloy na tunay na Bangsamoro political government.
At huling mensahe rin po mula kay Attorney Ana Basman, ang head ng legal team ng GPH Peace Panel.
Alam niyo po, sabi ni Benjamin Franklin, there is no good war nor bad peace. At nakikita natin yan ngayon sa Pilipinas. Kaya ang panawagan ko po ay dream with us. Kung nakakabalita tayo ngayon ng mga pockets of violence in Mindanao, para sa akin, with no disrespect to the families of the victims, but that is a good thing. Kasi kung nababalita siya, ibig sabihin hindi na norm na may violence sa Mindanao. At para sa akin, panalo na natin yun that we have raised the standard of security in Mindanao. And I urge everyone, much as my co-panel members here have urged all of us to join in the discussion, in the debate, in enlightening ourselves on what this Bangsamoro is about. This is not just for a particular sector. This is not just for the Muslims. This is not just for the Mindanaoans. This is the pride of our country.
Kasabay nga po sa pagkakabuo ng Bangsamoro Basic Law, tila tinibag na nga ng pamahalaan ang mga pader na humahadlang sa pagkakaunawaan sa pagitan ng bansa at ng ilang mga mamamayan ng Mindanao. Naway mula po rito ay tuluyan na ngang umangat ang sama-sama po ng sambayan ng Pilipino. Ako po si Kirby Cristobal.
Sa loob po ng ilang dekada, naging saksi po ang ating mga kababayan sa Mindanao sa karahasang dala ng kawalan ng kapayapaan. Sana'y ang Bangsamoro Basic Law na nga po ang magsisilbing tutuldok sa ilang taon na ring pagdanap ng dugo sa Mindanao. Ako po si Princess Habiba Sarip, kaisa ang mga Mindanaoans.
Ang pagbibigay konklusyon sa lahat ng hidwaan at di pagkakaunawaan sa Mindanao ay hindi nagtatapos sa Bangsamoro Basic Law. Bagkus ito ay magsisilbing simula pa lang ng tunay na paglalakbay tungong kapayapaan at pag-unlad. Isang bagay na matagal-tagal na ring pinapangarap ng bawat isang Pilipino. Ako po si Cathy San Gabriel. Naway nakatulong po ang inyong 1.5 oras ng pagsama sa aming talakayin ang mahalagang isyong ito. Ito po ang Bangsamoro Basic Law, a PTV Special Forum.